Okay, see, that's not even a fucking option for it. See, this should be Switch playing behind me. I mean, the music's coming through. I don't know why the fucking... I don't know. Finally, check him. And I don't know why the music's coming through, but the video's not. No! And it... Yeah, it's nothing. It's literally nothing. What the fuck was I watching on YouTube? Oh, it's my chat. Okay, it's like... Maybe if I put it into here. Nope, it fucking made the other one. This is annoying as shit, dude. Maybe the problem is all in that. Please tell me that's all I have to do. Oh, it even brought up the thing. Please don't change them both. Oh my fucking god, dude. It changed them both. It even changed the name of both of them. No, bro. They're not the same fucking thing. How do I... Ugh. No, why does it keep... Why can't I click on camera? Nope. Wait, what's that? Oh, it's just fucking bullshit. Oh, come on. I'm getting so close to going back to OBS. But OBS won't play my Switch. Okay, one is locked, so I don't know why it's changing whenever I change this one. It's changing both of them at the same time. I can't play Switch and have my fucking camera. What? Well, this won't even show up. What even is it supposed to be? won't it play both? I've never had a problem with it before. Now what's the deal with the camera down here? No, that's not what. That doesn't even have to be a thing. It's like I can play one or the other, but I can't fucking play both. Whatever, dude. This is gonna have to work for now. I don't know why my game capture won't capture the game. And then I don't know, it fucking, it only picks one. I don't know why. Let me look it up. Maybe I can figure out how to play both. Okay, I want to add no. It's good to know how to do a bunch of this shit though. Okay. Maybe I can do this. Okay, it's working. Now if I go back to this. Oh, come on, dude. Don't tell. Oh, come on. Don't be a bitch. Yeah, it switches it between scenes too. I don't. Just roll a spliff and then I'll put it back to fucking the switch. Okay, I think I successfully did a live notification for that, tagged everyone. My cousin told me how to do it. Taylor Swift has a song called Getaway Car, too? No wonder the audio slave version wasn't coming up. Holy shit. Holding on, never thought you'd wind up chasing me. Settle down, I won't hesitate to hit the highway before you lay me to waste. No, saddle up. And I'll help you find something to drive before you drive me insane. Sidewalk will barely touch your feet. Life moves too slowly to hold it down. Swinging hand to take it out. Me. Settle down. I won't hesitate to hit the highway before you lay me to waste. No. Settle up and I'll help you find something to drive before you drive me insane. So get yourself a car and drive it all night long. Get yourself a car, ride it on the wind, yeah. Get yourself a car, ride it all night long. Get yourself a car, ride it on the wind. Settle down, I won't hesitate to hit the highway before you lay me to waste. No, saddle up and I'll help you find something to drive before you drive me insane. Get yourself a car and drive it all night long. Get yourself a car and ride it on the wind. Get yourself a car and drive it all night long.
couch potato, you do not want to see this, because we are giving away these incredible outdoor mystery boxes for free. All you have to pay is the shipping, no hidden charges, no recurring fees, none of that. Just cover the shipping. I mean, just take a look at these products. You will absolutely love these, and we are giving them out for free until we run out. Night vision goggles, our best-selling shoulder bag, mini chainsaw, and the list goes on. This mystery box has it all. Order yours now before it's too late, because the last time we did something like this, our customers scarfed them up, so we ran out in less than a day. So don't wait any longer. Visit the next page and tell us where to send your...
Guess turn it back to the Switch. Follow me into the desert, as dusty as you are. Crack a smile and cut your lip and drown in alcohol. Speaking of, it's strong and love's for everyone who is in need. Kill your health and kill yourself and kill everything you love. You can fall to pieces and suffer with my ghost. I shot my love today. Would you cry for me? I lost my head again. Would you lie for me? I left her in the sand, just a burden in my hand. I lost my head again. Would you lie for me? Get it off. The desert, as desperate as you are, and it's glued to a picture of heaven, and all the little pigs have God. There she goes, out in the sunshine. The sun is mine, the sun is mine. I shot my love today. Would you cry for me? Would you lie for me? If we're in the sand, just a bird in my hand. Would you cry for me? Would you cry for me? Let's play something a little more like baritone. Chris Cornell, I can't sing that high without practice, without fucking my throat up. He is a defining voice of our generation. I used to play that song Getaway Car to a fucking T. Dude, I used to have people like cry when I played songs that I wrote. I mean, I can't believe I used to be a musician and I gave it all up because there's a lot of reasons, like physical reasons. It's hard to play now, and it's really a bunch of bullshit. I could overcome it if I want to play music again, and music used to be so important. It used to be the one thing that kept me alive in my drug addiction. Music was something nobody can take away from me, because I'm a singer and I also play guitar. But even if I lost my guitar, nobody could take music away from me. I can fucking drum on anything. There's a fucking song on a show called Doug, and they start a band because they're like into this band called The Beats, which is actually a really cool band name. For like especially a jam band, and the band's called The Beats, like, but it's spelled beets like the fruit. And they started a band, and they were all wearing these like giant suits, and like the beginning words were banging on a trash can, drumming on a street light. I'm gonna look that up, dude. I gotta look that up, dude. Okay, I'm gonna watch my stream to make sure this doesn't get fucking struck by that. The person who made this is a pedophile, in my opinion, and a fucking freaky one at that, which is horrible to say when you're talking about something like that. He is like the worst of the worst, and that motherfucker should never receive, and Nickelodeon should never receive any profits from anything they ever made. The fact that I know that has ruined so many fucking things for me. Like, it ruins your childhood, dude. That's why I'm glad I switched to Cartoon Network as soon as we got cable. As soon as we had money enough to get cable, I'd switch to Cartoon Network. When we had free cable when I was a little kid, I remember Nickelodeon was on channel 27, because it was the first number I had actually remembered, like, hey, I need to memorize this number. Like, I've been told I need to memorize my phone number, I need to memorize 911, I need to memorize how to write my name. I was very young. We moved out to Raymore when I was 4 years old. Or no, I was 5 years old, and I was like a couple months away from being 6 years old. So I lived in Kansas City, or technically Raytown, I think, for 5 years. So, this was before I was even in school. I went to not preschool, it was, what do you call it, daycare. There was a woman across the street that ran a daycare. She was really sweet. I really liked her. She really liked me. She was nice to me. She gave me a polished rock one time because I was obsessed with rocks. I had a big rock collection and it was a really pretty rock, I remember. And she actually gave me, it was my 3rd birthday and I wasn't going to be there very much longer because I was about to go to school. I started kindergarten when I was 4 and I went half days until I did half days when I was 4 and half days when I was 5. So I technically did kindergarten for 2 years, but it was half days. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's right here. She gave me this teddy bear for my 3rd birthday. I remember she threw me a birthday party. She probably did all the other kids there too. The only other kid I remember, his name was Buddy. He was a redneck. He had a fucking rat tail, and so did his dad. Him and his dad had matching rat tails. The kid was like 3 years old, and him and his dad had fucking matching rat tails. But he was my friend. He was my best friend there. And, he's the only other person I even remember. She had this giant horse trough in the back of her yard, but it was like 3 or 4 feet deep, so she would fill it up with a couple feet of water and let us play around there all day. During like nice days in summer months and shit. And then I didn't know this till I got older, but apparently I had to get into the daycare of the... I was only in daycare for a short amount of time, if I remember right. And then I went into this half day of kindergarten bullshit at this private school in Kansas City, or in Raytown, because my parents didn't want me to go into the public schooling system, and I don't blame them. Even though I didn't do anything with the education they afforded me, and it could have been a great one, man. We had an A+ program at our school, and if I had maintained like 3.8, or I'm sorry, not 2.8, it's like, I don't know, like, it was low, like 3.4 or 3.2 or something like that. If you maintained that GPA through, as an average through your high school career, you got free 2 years of college tuition to any, of the Kansas City, what are they called? Fuck, the 2-year college, community colleges around the area. And that included, I think, Johnson County, even though it was over the state line in Kansas. The state line's like right next to, I mean, Kansas City's in 2 states, so I mean, you can imagine. So I think you could technically go to Johnson County on the, it was called the A+ program. And you did not have to maintain an A+ GPA. I mean, I think it was low. Like, I think it was like 3.2 or something like that. Like, it was a low GPA that you had to hold. And they give you 2 years of free college. No, I mean, no questions asked. What is that? 48 hours of college for free. That's enough for a degree. That's enough for an associate's degree. You don't even have to pay for it. But dude, I remember when I was 16 or 17, I was at school and I was like so fucked up on Oxycontin. Like, I'd been snorting Oxycontin off my desk all day, and this class was no exception, and I just like got out of my chair and leaned up against the wall and kind of started to nod off like this. And the teacher literally, because it was a computer lab, so the wall was a section of computers, and I was at the wall where the computers were lined up. The teacher literally walked over me while she was passing a test out. She didn't even put one on my desk. Like, I remember doing a quarter gram at least, a huge line of cocaine off my, I turned my lunch tray over, and the whole, the big rectangle part for the main part of the meal, the whole thing had just like this super thick line on it. It was the last of my bag. It was probably closer to a half a gram. But to be fair, it was shitty coke, so it wasn't, it was more like a couple bumps of really good coke. But it was a huge line of coke, and I snorted it. And the first thing I did was look up, and the health teacher was sitting there looking at me like this. And bro, when I tell you I thought I was fucked 8 ways from Sunday, because if she had walked up to me and taken that tray, I was so stunned I wouldn't have probably done anything. I might have grabbed it and licked it all up and then wiped it down so she couldn't like find any trace of anything on it. Like my instincts might have kicked in, but there was a good chance she could have just grabbed that and taken it. And there was an officer at the school who coincidentally lived across the street from my fucking grandparents. Dude, she told me one time when I got caught with the fucking blunt that she was gonna tell my grandpa, and I said, dude, I swear to God, if you tell him, you will be so deep in legal fucking problem. I mean, I don't imagine I would cuss to her that much because she was really mad at that point, but I got super mad when she told my grandma, because she brought up his emphysema, and we're in school, and she goes, what do you think your grandpa would say about you smoking with his emphysema? How do you think he'd feel if I told him? And I was like, I don't know, I guess we're never going to find out, because if you fucking do, you will be in so deep a legal fucking bullshit. You won't know what to do with your you won't have anything else to do with your free time for years. I flipped out on her when she mentioned that. I was like, don't even bring up my family in arguments like this. I was like, bro, you never even caught me with anything. You say you saw somebody who said they saw me smoking a cigar. To be fair, I was a little shit who shouldn't have been smoking on school property. But to be fair, she should not have brought up my family and been talking about telling my grandfather on me about shit that I'm doing in high school. Like, he needs to fucking be worrying about that. Like, whether I'm going to become an addict like his son and him. And not like the kind of addict he was where he had to take painkillers because he was like super fucked up. Not from the war. You'd think it'd be from the war, but no, not from the war, from the job. And it was super fucked up. Like, had tie wire in his like thigh muscle that they used to tie together after he got a hip transplant as the youngest person at that point in Kansas City to have one. And at that time, that's what they did. They tied your muscles with like probably medical tie wire that's made out of something like titanium or something. That won't like get ripped out in an MRI machine, but it's still like tie wire, man. Can you imagine just like the edge, the tiniest edge of a tie wire poking you for the rest of your life in your muscle? It's gotta be fucking painful. I found out after my grandpa died that like he would sit there and moan at night sometimes because of his pain, because it like he couldn't sleep on either of his sides because of that tie wire problem. It would stick into his muscles, so he had to sleep on his back, and being on his back so much really fucked his back up, and it was so painful for him, man. I just thank God. I tried to do the worst to my fucking body with drugs, and now it seems it's breaking down faster than ever. Maybe drugs did do a big part of that, but nothing big ever happened to me with. Of course, I wouldn't have known because I would have been so messed up. I would have never known if I had died and come back, which happens, man. Like, people think you can restart a heart with here's a really fucked up fact that'll fuck up your day. You cannot restart a stopped heart with a defibrillator. You know that thing where they put two patches on you and go clear so nobody touches you and push a button and they shock you? You know that won't bring you back if your heart has stopped beating. If your heart has stopped beating, you are legally dead and they cannot bring you back. Not because of legal or moral reasons, because of physical reasons. You can give someone CPR, which continues to move oxygenated blood throughout the body, but at best that lasts 12 minutes if you don't breathe oxygen for them or give them supplemental oxygen. So CPR, your heart can restart itself. Your brain can do crazy shit like send a shock to your heart, or do a thing where a lot of people don't know this, but when you yawn like out of nowhere and you just do a second breath or a big yawn where you breathe in and you still feel the need to go like breathe the second breath in, that's the little sacs that absorb oxygen in your lungs are called alveoli, and those sacs only get about 80% of your lung gets inflated about with a normal breath. So to keep those sacs from staying unused and start to wither away, we will open up and take a second breath or yawn. Like take a second breath like I just did and fill up those alveoli to 100% if you can, hopefully if your lungs are healthy, and I'm sure mine aren't. And that's why that happens. And alveoli are also something that's a huge surface area. The inside of your lungs, these tiny itty bitty little sacs that work on molecular exchange, they're that small, and it's like having bumps on your brain, but in your lungs. So it increases the surface area such a super huge amount. And that blood is needed urgently. It's the oxygenated blood. It needs to immediately get to your system and to your brain and can break the blood-brain barrier very fast. That's why people don't know, but smoking a drug and shooting a drug break the blood-brain barrier within 2 to 4 seconds. It doesn't matter what you do. It's just usually you can shoot up a half gram of heroin in one shot. That's about what one small 10 milliliter syringe will hold if you really push it. and to smoke a half gram of heroin would take 5 to 10 minutes at least. So it's not as dangerous usually, but with fentanyl being out there, it's just as dangerous. So smoking is just as deadly as shooting, and honestly, snorting or even swallowing it is Russian roulette. I'm so glad that I got clean before the fucking fentanyl epidemic. My friend and I came real close to making it, but he overdosed on it, and I just never could fathom myself doing that. Like, I'd have to have nothing to live for to be a fentanyl cook, and I don't feel like I would sell it. I don't think I could sell it. I would give it away to people. I might sell a certain amount to cover the costs, but I don't think, if I can cover the costs at the beginning, I don't think, I wouldn't have to sell it at all, dude. I'd probably have patrons. I'd probably have people that would pay me to say, hey, just here's some money, just keep this around, and I would give it out for free, but only in itty bitty doses. Like, only doses that would keep people low, not that would keep them high. But I wouldn't even do that. I can't even imagine doing that. Like, that's me thinking of me like 15 years ago, not today. I wouldn't do that today. Today, my answer would be to give them a card to the recovery clinic. I know how hard it can be to stop. Like, my doctor said he never saw someone like that. I've had multiple doctors that are trained addiction specialists. My first Suboxone doctor, he told me he could not. When I explained to him how to break down Oxycontin, I was like, dude, if a chemist can do it, a chemist can undo it. When Oxycontin put that shit in their pills that made it to where you can't shoot it or snort it, I told him how to cook it out. And I told him how I would get fentanyl out of patches. And if I couldn't get the gel patches, and so I could shoot it up. And he's like, I have this. It's so pathetic. They had literally, the criteria was a list that they clicked on a computer, and if you met a certain criteria, then you automatically qualified for. That's what an addiction specialist qualified as. Asking questions on a screen, like 10 questions. And we were like a few questions in, and he's like, you're already a 10 on the scale of 1 to 10, but we'll keep going to consider like what your treatment plan will be. I was bad back then. Come on, pup. Like, people today in the program, when I go to group and stuff, and after group when we're talking, people are like, I cannot imagine you as a junkie. I just cannot. But man, I can tell you what, I could be just as much of a junkie as the next of them, except I didn't steal from my family or friends. And to be frank, I never stole for dope dealers either. Like, I think the one thing that I stole of value ever was a DVD that I just went to the pillow section where I knew there'd be no monitoring and took the strip off it and put it in my belt and left. It was fucking anime. I was like 16. It's like the only thing I ever stole. So it wasn't for my habit or nothing like that. So, I mean, I don't know, I really honestly don't like talking about a lot of the shit I did back then, but like, I know people that have done so much fucking worse than I have on a regular basis, like rob people constantly, and it's just man, the game is fucked up. Thank God you don't have to be in the game now for weed. I want to say I fought for years to, keep that okay, but really my dad's only paid the lawyer fees. For all I've been arrested for weed for like at least 8 times. But it's always been less than an eighth of an ounce. Like always less than it's always 3 or less grams. I think the most I was caught with was just right under 3 grams, like 2.9. And that's after 8 arrests. And I've never been arrested with anything else. Ever. I was very unsafe in how I handled that, but because I would swallow shit and throw it back up, and sometimes I didn't throw it back up, and it really fucked shit up for me. I'm surprised I'm not dead. Okay, I'm going to the Switch. Okay, I'm going to the Switch. Did I ever get banned because of music? Let's roll a spliff and now.
Just take a look at these products. You will absolutely love these, and we are giving them out for this mystery box has it.
Doesn't look like it. There's a lot of reasons, like physical reasons. It's hard to play now. Doesn't look like I got fucking. It's really a bunch of bullshit. I talk, and it's gotcha'd by YouTube from having to play on my phone. Pedophile, in my opinion, and a fucking freaky one at that. Oh God, that's the worst part of that conversation I could have rolled back to. Gotcha'd by YouTube from having to play on my phone. Pedophile, in my opinion, and a fucking freaky one at that. Stay at the fucking same spot. What the fuck was up with that? go on the YouTube. But I need to watch to make sure that this doesn't get claimed. batteries. Alright. I guess I just bitched about a bunch of stupid, pointless stuff. I hope you guys have a good